So what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Intentional Tarot. I am Poetry. We are here again for another video. All I'm recording right now is the type of decks that I have, just to get y'all refamiliarized with the decks that I own, and for me to get refamiliarized with the decks that I've owned, since it's been such a long time that I've actually did readings. So I've already went over the tarot decks that I had. I'll tag the video or link it here. I went over the independent decks that I own, which would include tarot and oracle combined. I think I had some astro in there as well, some astrology decks in there as well. So right now I'm going to go over my oracle decks and others. And I had to write them down so I can know exactly what all decks that I have. So I have Lenormand decks. Lenormand decks are normally used for everyday matters of life. Okay. If you're trying to do some self-development, you can do Lenormand decks, some spiritual exploration. That's what these decks are normally good for. I think I own maybe 2 or 3 of those, right? Normally they're read like in pairs when you do the readings. I have not used them yet at all. Then we have my Kipper decks. Those are what we call fortune telling decks. Which I don't know why we call them fortune telling decks, because there are actually fortune telling decks that are different, but these are fortune telling decks. They can normally deal with life events that you're going through, any illnesses that you may be coming up on, work related issues, relationships, travel that you may be having, moving, any type of situations that you may be involved in. That's what your Kipper decks will help you get an understanding of. So far, every time I've used Kipper decks in readings for other people, that has been sometimes more accurate than my tarot cards. When I use them in conjunction with the tarot cards, it makes my reading so much stronger. Okay, then I have like an actual fortune telling deck, and like with the Kipper and Lenormand, they have like certain sets of cards that are very common. They actually are similar, even though the system is different. But with the fortune teller decks, the cards are totally different, totally off the cuff. I usually use them to provide a little bit more insight on what's going on with the matter, things I need to look out for, things I need to watch out for. You can use them for current events, for future events, in love, work, career, health, personal growth as well. Then I talked about my Akashic Tarot. It's the only one I still got over here, but I'm going to go ahead and show it right now, because it is a tarot system. But this is usually used for past life regression, past life events, personality traits, things like that. I'm not going to show that again because I've already showed it in another video. 1 second, please. Had something in my tooth. Okay. Then I have like my Archetype Decks. Those are trying to help you define people's personality traits. Also with the Archetype, it deals with past life, shadow work, careers, attitudes, behaviors, the dark side of who you are, the light side of who you are, the yin and the yang. Yeah, that's what the Archetype cards normally would fall for. Then I also have like a relationship deck that basically is what it says. It deals with relationships. It taps into your personality, the personality of your partner, behaviors, bad habits you may have picked out, mental hangups, desires that you may have, wants, needs that you may have in a relationship that you may be lacking. So that's what those cards are for. Then I have astrology cards. They provide insight on personality traits, characteristics, soulmate endeavors. You can use for love. You can use for careers, personal growth. And it's used in planetary positions, zodiac signs, things of that nature. Then I have my Uno deck that I use for numerology. And numerology can help me define life events as well, using sequences of numbers, shapes even, and also oracle decks. The oracle decks come in so many different types. Like I have, and I'll show you those as I go through them. But they're mainly used for personal exploration, for self-reflection, manifestation, mantras, affirmation. I see a lot of readers using oracle decks when they doing readings to express something about another person. Oracle decks are for your own self growth, your own personal self. And I tend to feel that, like, so when I'm doing readings and you may send me a question asking about a specific person and I tell you about you, what I'm finding is about you, not about the other person. And that's for me using my Oracle deck. So before I get any further, even though I'm back to going to start reading again on the channel, I am not taking personal readings. I have one Instagram account. It is the same as the channel name. If anybody is sending you messages asking to do readings for them, that's not me. I don't request to do readings for anybody. If I offer to do readings for you, most likely it's free anyway. Okay. But yeah, I'm just going to start doing readings back on the channel again. And I'm going to be mixing all of my stuff. I was going to do my charms along with these, but I realized I got a lot of decks. So I'm not going to do that. So you're going to get 4 videos in this little series before I start reading again. My charms will be the last one. So we're going to just start off. I'm just going to show you the ones that I had from the last video, but without like really going through the cards. I had my Barbie collection. This is a Kipper deck. Okay. And again, I just explained what all those mean, so I'm not going to go over it again. Then I had Love on a Record, which was like a little affirmation deck, you know. No Shits Given is like another little affirmation style deck. Mantras to live by, words to live by type of thing. Then I had the Wisdom of Natural Hair. It's an Oracle deck as well. Again, mantras, affirmations, things to live by. I told y'all this has got to be one of the best astrology decks that I have ever seen in its beauty and its way that it reads. So basically astrology, using planetary positions, the planets themselves, zodiac signs, traits that we associate with those zodiac signs to help you with your own personal growth, personality traits. And you can use these for other folks. So if you want to find out information about other people that you're involved with. So those are the ones that I already showed. So because my Uno deck is not in a bag or a box and my fan is on and I don't want them blown away, I really use Uno cards for numerology, because my Uno cards go from 0 to 9. And like I say, numerology, you can use a sequence of numbers. But for me, I can also use these cards with singular. Okay, so like this 4 here. The 4 itself has its own meaning, but I could also look at the shape of the 4. For me, the shape of the 4 always looks like that somebody's crossing their leg thinking. They're contemplating, something's on their mind. And if you use this in combination with the tarot deck, the 4 Pentacles, somebody is trying to protect something, they, you know, are being instinctive. So it's something going on in their head that's dealing with 4. Is it the 4 of Swords also? Gives like deep thought that they're looking into, you know, so things like that. Like the 8, you know, it's an infinite, represents infinity, an infinite number. When it's standing alone, there's a lot of different meanings. But and sometimes I actually use the colors on the Uno deck as well. The Uno deck only has like 4 colors: red, blue, green, and yellow. So you're not going to get much of like the chakra spectrum. And I don't really know how to work with chakras that well anyway. So I don't. 7 always represents a lucky number for me. So sometimes it's just certain meanings that may not be affiliated with the actual numerology system. But I combine all of those. This is a upside down 6. Upside down 6. You know, something's off. It's hanging on by a thread. There's a lot of ways that I read that, you know. But yeah, I use but I could use them as a sequence. If I pull out 3 numbers, they may be 3 ones repeating itself, 4 ones repeating itself, which you know the 11 stands for, and things of that nature. I use these to get what's the word I'm looking for? Your soul number. Things of that nature, you know. That's what I use my Uno cards for. So I'm trying to go into things that have like something singular for to start with first. I have these botanical inspirations. You'll probably never see them on this channel. I do not like this deck. I bought it because I like flowers. And the deck itself seems to be very beautiful. Like, look at the backing on it. It's just beauty to me. I even like the artwork with the pictures. But they usually give you like some quotes. So I would call this an affirmation deck, right? Or inspiration deck. So like the peony is how you pronounce it. It says it's for prosperity and compassion. It says prosperity depends more on wanting what you have than on having what you want. So it gives you things like that. So when you're thinking of prosperity, sometimes a lot of people think about money and having more and more and more and more and more. And this is basically saying sometimes it depends more on the wanting what you have than actually having what you want. So the things that you already own, just the desire to own, the desire to still want those things, the person that you're already in a relationship with, the desire to still want that person other than looking for something, some grass that's green on the other side, so to speak. That's the type of messages. These do not read well for me in a reading with other cards. Maybe once I'll just do readings with just these cards only, because stand alone they give some very good messages. So maybe I'll try that. So you might see them on the channel one day. Okay, so next up, I haven't opened these, so we'll come back to that. Since they, this is my fortune telling deck. I got this bag when I was over in London. It doesn't match any decks. I think it goes with the Dreams of Gaia deck. I don't know. So these are my fortune telling cards. And it gives you things like the Wizard. And the Wizard tells you to use your skills to aid others. Now, this Wizard kind of looks like a hermit to me. He looks kind of diabolical. So depending on the reading that I'm having, it depends on what I get from the image itself. So I use the images on these cards. But again, I mainly use these to give me better insight, to tell me what to look out for, or what's going to be, well, what to look out for to either help me or to hinder me. That's what I use these cards for. This is not a flip through, so I'm not going to be flipping through all these cards. I'm just trying to introduce you to them, and I'll show you things like some of them, you know, for love here. It says true love and fidelity. So this is something that you want, you're looking out for, something that this person that you're trying to get with may offer, something that you may offer the other person, things like that. Or something that you may be getting in the future based off of what type of reading we're doing. The unicorn is representing good fortune and friendship. Okay, so you may have somebody that's in your life that may just be a unicorn to you, and that's what they're bringing to the table. You know, their friendship and their authenticity and their loyalty. All right, so am I opening another deck? Archetype cards. These cards, like I said, are kind of personality traits. They help you with your shadow side. You can do some shadow work with them. I love the way these cards look. I love the way they look at the back of that. Is that upside down? I don't know which way is the right side up. It's just beautiful to me. These cards are big as hell. My hands, they're hard for me to hold in hand. So I don't think I've ever shuffled them because they're super thick stock. But on the card themselves, this says judge. So if I'm going to use this for a career reading, somebody that judges, that has the ability to make decisions about someone else's life, somebody that's working in law enforcement or the judicial system, this is one of the jobs that I could probably see you doing. So, and I may give you several different job traits, what have you. It also tell you your light attributes, some good things that may come from you being this judging person. You know how to balance things. You can balance justice and compassion together, which means that you can make a decision, you can make a judgment about somebody, but you be considerate and thinking about what the fuck is going to happen to that person or the situation. You can manage a fair distribution of power, but on the flip side of it, you only offer destructive criticism. You misuse your business and your legal matters, and you have a criminalistic way of going about doing things. So when I see that shadow work, that represents the whole doggone Supreme Court to me, baby. You know what I'm saying? Just to give you an example. Okay, so this is the type of things that you can get out of archetype cards. Like I say, you can, if you want to use this for past life, and you want to know what you may have done in your past life, the type of career that you may have had. Let's see. Let's go for myself. Storyteller. This is true today. So I may have been a storyteller in my past life. People that know me, they know I'm a writer. They may see how I do my recaps and reviews on TV shows, and they tell me how good of a storyteller I am. Bam, here you go. It tells me I'm a storyteller. And it says, my light attribute, I have the ability to express life and experience through stories and symbols. Tarot card reader. Storytelling to you. That's basically what I do as an intuitive reader. And in my shadow side, I could make up tales that harm other people. And that could be true, because I could be petty as fuck. If you starting to get on my nerves, I could be real petty, and I could say some shit just to see how it's going to affect you in a negative way. So that just damn showed me. Look at that. I just gave y'all a mini reading for myself with that one freaking card. So this is why I love archetype cards. This is the only archetype cards that I've ever seen in this manner. But I love them. I do. Now this deck, this is a Rainbow Warrior Activation deck. This deck to me is like the psychological blot test, ink blot test, where you look at this splotch and then you see what you see. And you tell the person what you see, and that helps us understand what your mind is thinking, how you're feeling. So I loved those. These, again, big cards. That's one of the things I dislike about Oracle cards is how big they are. So they're hard to shuffle. But yeah, with these cards, you just look at that. And and from when I'm doing a reading for you, I look at these and it tells me what I see about you personally in this situation. So when I'm looking at this, I initially saw somebody swirling into the ground. But then once I looked into the ground, I see an eye in the center. See this little eyelashes? It looks like an eye to me in the center. There's a lot of greenery around, a lot of yellow around. So I'm seeing this person as somebody who has some envy. They have some jealousy about something or someone that they're seeing. And they're keeping it to themselves. They're internalizing it, but it's really the focus about what's going on in their head. That's what I will see when I pull that card. If I'm reading for somebody that's directly in front of me, I let them pull their own. But yeah, like this one here, it's just what I see in the card. And there's not always like nature or saying, it's just what I'm seeing, in the card for that person. I don't use these often, and I don't usually use them with readings. I usually try to use them standalone as well. Or if I'm doing just Oracle only, I usually don't mix them with tarot. Okay, so the next one is going to go through my Kipper deck. I love this deck so much that I bought two. And then I lost one. This is a fortune telling deck, which means in this particular way, it can help you see better into the future. And for me and mine, this deck has been so accurate. I predicted my uncle's death. I predicted the things surrounding that was going to happen in his death. I said that there was going to be a woman that was going to be close to him that was going to be deceitful. Turned out to be that way. I did a reading for my legal troubles or some stuff I had coming up that was going to be dealing with court, and it kept showing up as legal troubles for me, or kept showing up the justice card. Let's see what I can show you. See if I can find this is the one I had for my uncle, a false person, and it was a woman and a male, working in conjunction. Yeah. This one I predicted my own health. The bad health was coming up. Yeah. I also can use Kipper cards to help me determine timing, the season in which something would happen as well. The home and community, things was going to go on with the house. When I lost my house. Yeah. So that's what I use these for. Like I said, I love these so much. I feel I was going to use them so much that I end up buying two. Got the little gold gilding, the silver gilding on it. I absolutely live and die by this deck. And it's honest portrayal of the truth for me and everybody that I read for, actually. Okay, so what I got next. So next would be one of the other astrology decks that I have that I freaking love. I love this one just like I love the other one. Pretty simple deck. Gives you the planets, what the planet means and represents. Gives you some keywords down there at the bottom. Renewal, the planet Pluto. Transformation, meaning renewal and personal power. It could also represent death, but also rebirth. So something may have to die in order to be born again. Like when you set fire to grass, you have to set the grass on fire to make it go dormant in order for it to grow back next season more green. That's what Pluto could represent. And then let's see what else, if I can get another card. It has the houses of the planetary houses. And what that second house means is dealing with your assets. So if I would draw this card for you, I'll be telling you about your money, your assets, your investments, things like that, or lack thereof. Your credit score, how you present to people. If you look like a bum, or if you look wealthy, gaslighting, so to speak. And it also deals with, let's see, I know I got one for the zodiac, so y'all can see that. Oh, look at here. It popped up. The first zodiac card that popped up is Gemini. And that's me. I'm a Gemini. Hey, let's see what it says about Gemini. I am the butterfly. I have the ability to transform and fit in the spaces. Sometimes my attention span is short-lived. Along with, like, the life of the butterfly is short-lived. But I'm curious, communicative. Yeah, versatile, flexible. I don't know too much about flexible. All things may not be true. Very vocal, very studious. Yeah, street smart. Okay, yeah, all that's me. All that's me in the bag trip. So like my personality trait, my characteristics, all that. And that's why I love this deck as well. Okay, so my next deck up, I'm going to go ahead and open up. This is my Lenormand cards. This deck is super small. I love that. I'm not too keen on the Lenormand system, so I don't know specifically the names of the cards. I know that is definitely the snake. I know that. It uses a lot of animals. And I know that I believe this is the scythe. It's not the ox, it's for the actual scythe that's on the card. So I haven't learned this system yet, so I haven't used it, but it's supposed to be for like your everyday, understanding how to get things to help you get through your everyday life. So that's the one deck I have. This is the mystical Lenormand. Have I been saying the names of these decks? I don't think I have. My astrology deck is the Numerology Astro deck. I said the Rainbow Warrior. I said the Archetype deck. What have I had? The mystical Lenormand. The Finde Cecile Kipper. Is that all I've done so far? Okay, cool. So this is another one. This is the Celtic Lenormand. I have never opened it. I'm trying to find a pen, so I'm looking around. Have never opened this deck. I probably bought it like 3 years ago. So tad bit different than the mystical Lenormand as far as like the way these images look, but it's the same method. Okay, can I get it? This box is not that easy to open. Well, crap. And I got fingernails and I can't get this son of a biscuit open. I don't want to have to turn my box, but I may have to turn my box. Come on out. I know I better not break my doggone fingernail. I know that much. OMG. I think I'm gonna have to turn my box. Yeah, I had to turn my box because I can't get this out of here. Let me go back for a second because I know I didn't say the names of all of them. My fortune telling deck was Madame Endora fortune telling cards. Okay. And the flower deck is Botanical Inspirations. Okay. I said them all now. Yeah, I've said them all. So I had to break my box. My Celtic Lenormand. Damn, I gotta go through some more plastic. I don't know why the Lenormand cards are so freaking small. As big as this doggone box is, look how small these cards is. It came out of it. Okay, so you have the woman. I believe that's what it is. Let me see if I can find that snake. Or this scythe. And this is how their snake looks. I love the imagery on these cards. Oh, they have two snakes. They give you different choices. This snake is shedding its skin. And this snake look like it's on the ready to attack. Okay, so in this one they just give you the scythe. It's really big. Grim Reaper type shit to me. So once I learn that system, I'll be able to use those better, but I love the cards themselves. And I haven't decided whether or not I was going to use those cards in just my everyday shenanigans, right? Okay, so this deck here is definitely a knockoff. Be mad if you want to, I don't care. Goddess Guidance Oracle. I bought this 6 or 7 years ago. Right when what's her name? Doreen Virtue decided that she didn't want to do tarot no more, that she was a diehard Christian, and she looked down on everything that's tarot, which is crazy to me considering that damn near everything that she made had to do with fucking angels. Whatever. Anyway, these Goddess Guidance cards, I love what they have to say. They usually match pretty well on. If I was to pull Coventina, it's dealing with the purification. She looks like the Temperance card. And it says it's time for you, cleansing, detoxification of your body and your mind. And this actually helps me understand the Temperance card in tarot, because that's one card I hate to get. Brigitte tells you don't back down. Stand up for whatever you believe is right. So this is that like mantras, things to live by. Again, things to live by. It's a good way for me to say that. So that's my only knockoff oracle card I have. Stick that over there. Then I'm gonna go ahead and go with another Doreen Virtual deck. It's Crystal Angels, and this is what I'm talking about. All her fucking decks got to do with angels. And I bought this because I thought it was gonna help me understand the crystals, because it's crystal angels, and it gives you the Euconite, right? Unikite, and it tells you to answer prayers. All your great work has opened the doors for divine solutions and support. The Peridot, life lessons you can break free from recurring negative patterns. It's just basically words to live by. That's all this deck is, which didn't make me understand why she was giving up understanding or using cards. Whatever. Okay, so then I had the Archangel animal cards. I was kind of diving into understanding totems, and animal spirits and guides. And that was the purpose of me buying this Archangel animal deck. Again, cards are so big, but I love the backs of them. And it's, when you get the Raven card, it says prepare for change. When I see ravens, I think something different. Ravens are very territorial. Ravens have good memories. They're beautiful birds, beautiful black birds. They will attack your ass if they feel threatened, but they have it as prepare for change. I rarely ever use the line that's on these cards, although they could be good words of motivation for you. Liama. They make them so beautiful and so pretty. They make it look like the Lover's card for real. It says set clear boundaries and enforce them. The image itself does not match what it says. Set clear boundaries and enforce them. I don't know much about Yamas except I know that they spit on you. They have beautiful eyelashes. And they are aggressive. They are very aggressive. Stuff like the ants. It says they cooperate for the highest good of the community. Ants usually work together. They're non-stop working, always working. And I look at this like you could burn yourself the fuck out trying to be an ant, trying to be there for everybody and always do what everybody else wants you to do. I see a lot of different shit when I see, cards myself. Very rarely do I relate to what's listed on the card. And that's one of the things with oracle cards. Sometimes it's hard for me to relate to what they actually put on the card. One of the things that I don't do with tarot readings is actually read the textbooks and usually apply the textbooks to what my readings say. And with oracle cards, they kind of force your hand to do so. But sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Like the whispers of Lord Ganesha. I thought these were absolutely beautiful, as big as they are. Oh my gosh. You have all, Lord Ganesha on the decks. This is a Indian or Hindu inspired deck. I just thought the backs were absolutely stunning with the lotus growing in the water. But you see Lord Ganesha here, and he look like he's dancing, And so this card is representing energetic movement. So it's not really saying, giving you an affirmation or giving you what to do or words to live by. It's just this card is representing energetic movement. So it's from here I can interpret what that means as far as your reading is concerned. Like with this one on Lord Ganesha, there's a personal transformation that's going to happen. And this personal transformation, to me, is lining up with the moons or lining up with your astrological sign. So, things like that. I love this deck. This deck is like one of my favorites in its beauty and its interpretations that I get. I have like 5 more decks to get through, y'all. This is definitely why I couldn't do the charms. Okay, so we're about to get into some of my favorite decks. Let me start off first by showing the Cartine de l'Ibe. Cartine de l'Ibe. It's a German deck by a psychologist. The psychologist himself has a very bad rep, but I love these cards, child. This is definitely a relationship deck. It, again, tells you about the things that you want, things that you need, things that you desire, bad traits about you, good traits about you, and your partner. Okay, so the cards are all in German. I don't know all of them. I had a list of what all these words mean, like this one right here. There's a problem within the relationship. Depending on who I'm reading for, whether the person that I'm reading for is this person or that person. And this person, they are rejecting the other person's love. This person is trying to give love. They are open to it, and they are being rejected. So you may be the person that's being rejected, or you may be the one that is rejecting. But the relationship is not going to work because this person, broke this person's heart and they are not willing to forgive. Okay. Then you have things like this. This is a healing card. You see this person is crossing a bridge to get over to that other person. And the card says risk. Okay. So they're taking a chance. They're going out on a limb that the person on the other side is going to be there for them and love them and care about them. So you may be the risk taker in the relationship. You may be the person that is they are risking for. Okay. Yeah. But in order for you to heal whatever you're going through, the relationship or the past one that you used to be in, you have to be willing to take risks to get to that next person. I love this deck. This deck usually hits on the Monty. Oh, this deck usually hit on the money, baby. There's three different types of card. It's a problem card. It's 4 different types. The luck card. You know, you're totally in sync with the other person. You know, on that particular card. Then you have, that's another luck card. I really gotta look at these again because I don't remember what this means. But yeah, you just all in. Everything's together. You're in sync. You're in love. There's doves. You know, it might be fresh new love. Yeah, love the relationship cards. Okay, these cards in English are out of print. When I found this deck, the English version cost like $500-600. So I ended up buying the German version. I said I was going to learn German, which I have not. But I paid like $30 in the German version. And again, I use and love this deck so much. I bought 2. Okay. I bought 2. Tell you. That's how much I love this deck. Okay. Now on to my last 4. Sacred Travelers by Denise Lynn. And I when I watch other people's channel, I realize how much this is like the perfect deck for other people. Affirmations, mantras, walk in beauty, wondrous universe. You know, transformation, fresh new way of life emerges. You know, the phoenix is rising from the ashes. It's a new day is about to dawn. You know, this image here. You know, the story of the Lancelot and the sword and the stone. You can overcome your obstacles. You can overcome anything. That's what the mantra says at the bottom. So this one usually hits on the money for me too. Every freaking time. Freaking love it. Freaking love it. And now you see why I don't have to buy any new freaking oracle cards. Numerology. I think she has like 4 different versions of this now. This is one of the original. And these give you the moon cycles to help you read. This is the waning moon. If you know a little bit about the moon cycles, you know what that means. I'm still learning all of them together. But this is basically asking you, what do you want to release? What is it that you want to change? You need to address that in order for you to move forward in your situation. This one is telling you that nothing yet is set in stone. See, the waves are moving. The tide can change. Anything can happen. So don't count your chickens before they hatch, because anything is bound to change type of situation. This one is the South Node. South Node usually deals with what's behind you. And this is saying don't let your past hold you back. You know, love the Numerology card. They usually give very, very good relatable message along with the tarot readings. Okay, so next is the Psychic Tarot for the heart. And even though tarot is in the name, these are oracle cards. And I love them. Y'all have seen them on this channel before. I use them when I do my vision boards. I love the little gold gilding on them. Did I show y'all this deck? Psychic Tarot for the heart. Love, 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 love. This deck. show the hands and you see the light. It's about giving and receiving. Okay. Next card. This also deals with chakras. So I'm learning chakras through these cards. You know, your crown chakra deals with something that's going on up here in your head. It could be addressing medical related issues. It could just be addressing thoughts, or you're in your head too much, what have you. This one here, coming together. And for some reason I see a blended family when I see this coming together. Co-parenting. I see that. I don't know who's watching this that may be feeling that you may need to address that. And healing. Just you need to heal. Not just your inner being, but your outer being. Your physical being needs to be healed. Love this deck. Love this deck. Like I said, I use it a lot when I'm doing my vision board for the year. And then my favorite of them all, which again matches one of my favorite tarot decks, is the Everyday Witch Tarot. Again, I'm not a witch, but I love the witchy decks. Same thing. Beautiful imagery throughout the cards. This one is rebirth and reinvention. I also see, for some reason when I see these cards, so I'll always see somebody moving by the water, you know. Somebody that loves to be in the water. They love to be around nature. This one is dealing with healing waters. And I just had 2 water cards. It lets me know that there's somebody dealing with something emotional here that they need to address. They need to heal from some type of emotional trauma that may have happened. Damn, there's so much going on in this card. But yeah. Had a sly fox sipping in your waters. You share too much. I don't know who I'm talking to right now. You're experiencing tears of joy and sadness. I don't know who I'm talking to right now, but somebody watching this video that I'm talking to right now. Because I'm getting a pull from this. And all of it is dealing with got tears of joy and sadness. Somebody lose somebody? Somebody dealing with the loss of a child. You're happy that you have the baby. You're happy you will get to experience them. I don't know if you had them in your hand. You thought you could protect them from whatever illness they had. So you have the tears of joy and the tears of sadness. Okay, yeah, before I get into a full-on reading. Alright, that's it, y'all. That is the last of my decks. Like I said, I'm going to link all the other videos or tag them in this video so you can see all the other ones. And then once I do my charms, then I'm going to come back and start doing readings. I actually want to do a reading on the Gene Hackman situation. I want to do a reading on the Andy Stone situation. I'm trying to stay away from the news so I don't get too much information. And yeah, but that's it. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for being here. Especially since this video is so doggone long. You have a good one. See you in the next one. Peace. Oh, I got this new remote.